Somebody said they liked the lighter background back here, so somebody doing that. Said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA, and I still haven't found the sign. I forgot to look for it. I only use it once a day. Anyway, let's get over to the news. I've been running a little long lately, so I better behave myself. Okay, this is a commercial you may not have seen, and you may not understand even when you do. But it's a special Mother's Day tribute from Burger King. And first, they surveyed 1,000 expectant mothers and found out that they craved unusual food combinations. That's fair, I guess. And that they really couldn't say no to them. And so they took the most popular combinations, and in one Burger King in Berlin, they decided to cook them up. And so here's a preview. You can see they're putting whipped cream on the tomatoes and onions and burger. That might be okay. I think you could. I would like to try it. That one does look pretty good.
Burger King präsentiert die Schwangerschafts-Whopper. Wir kombinieren einfach alles, worauf ihr gerade Bock habt.
Okay, so there's some really wild stuff here. I don't know if we caught it all. There's some with ice cream and green olives. There's cherry ice cream and French fries.
Kombinieren einfach alles, worauf ihr gerade Bock habt. Der Whopper. Genauso besonders wie eure Schwangerschaft.
There's one with a piece of fish stuck in there and sausages. And onions and some kind of sauce dripping out. No idea what.
Schwangerschaftsgelüste.
Essen diese Dinge, ne?
Schmeckt nach meinem Eiweißshake.
Nach deinem Eiweißshake. Ja, eigentlich ganz geil. Ich hätte Johanna im Gesicht.
Not too bad, eh?
Burger King wünscht alles Gute zum Muttertag.
That's something about good Mother's Day. Muttertag. That's all is good on Mother's Day. I think that's a rough. I stuck it into Google Translate and they didn't do a very good job with it because I didn't put the day on the end of it. But I don't speak German. Anyway, so that's the fun for the day. Now we can find out the details if we go up here. Punk. Oops, we got to go over here. Mother's Day combos. Okay, and so this will be posted in the show notes. 1,000 women, 78% find it impossible to resist their cravings. I think that's kind of funny. Okay, and somehow my little toolbar thingy quit working. I don't know how. There it goes. Now I got it. I know how to work all this stuff behind the scenes. It's pretty amazing to me. It's amazing to me that I know how to work it. Okay, so anyway, let's turn that off. Well, I kind of told you that story. So that was from John Glenday, who we will tag. Okay, now here was an interesting article, The Complete Guide to Warding Off Junk Mail by Peter Butler. And it's actually quite detailed from CNET. And junk mail, according to the Sierra Club, and much of it's from the Sierra Club, uses up to 80 million to 100 million trees per year. Okay, but they're all replaced. It's all replaceable. It's sustainable, right? That always kind of bothers me when people fight for sustainability, want to plant more trees, but don't want to cut down any. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can have it your way, but you can't have it that way. Anyway, and so if you want to get out of mortgage insurance junk mail, now when you get to my age, they offer you lots of free dinners and luncheons. So I like those. But you can go to optoutprescreen.com and put your name in, and then the consumer credit industry will try not to mail you. I don't think it's the same for email. Okay, there's also a place called Catalog Choice, again in the show notes of the WDMA if you get over there. And it's funded by donations, and you can check off catalogs you want or don't want, either one. And there's also DMA Choice, which is run by the Data and Marketing Division of A&A. And then there was, it's a little harder to stop all the coupons and things because they are done by Every Door Direct Mail, where they just give everybody one. But they did have the suggestion of the bigger ones: Save, Velasas, Red Plum, Valpak, and MS Park. You can contact them and get your name taken off, I think, although I'm not. Yeah, but they don't use Every Door Direct. Okay, so anyway, but what was ironic about that was that at the very same time they're giving you info, CNET of all places, is giving you. Why should they care? Royal Mail does a study that says that consumers prefer mail over email. Now, I had about 100 emails in my box this morning. I didn't read all of it. I scanned the from column. But UK consumers are more likely to read direct mail than email and texts. And there's the details of the study. And Gen Z, 85% of Gen Z and millennials open paper, while 65% store it for future reference, 49% put it aside, and 40% share it with their household. In general, 57% of the responders feel they are less likely to miss something that arrives in the paper mail. So that's so in spite of CNET, and like I said, what do they know? And the drum. Over here, the Royal Mail did a study, and it's in a study, so it has to be right. Anyway, let's get over to this one. I meant to get to this one yesterday. So Patrick Carroll has an article saying that direct mail for subscription brands is duck soup, is really good, okay? At its core, a subscription box is a method of direct response marketing. Now, of course, I was in the Deutsche Grammophon, we have a lot of German today, in their record club for a while. And we did get little golden books when we were kids. My parents must have subscribed to that. Anyway, Patrick starts out, direct mail is the highest performing direct response marketing channel. Okay, and it almost sounds redundant, but there's a lot of difference between direct mail and direct response and direct marketing if you're in it. Although today I was searching on direct marketing looking for articles, and most of it's about farmers marketing directly to consumers. That's been, Grant Johnson, bless his heart, says that direct marketing isn't meaningful anymore. And boy, I was kind of agreeing with him this morning, because it's been taken over by the farm industry, by the family farmers. And if you want information on direct marketing, you can either come here, the WDMA, or you can go to Farm Journal. Anyway, this one I really took issue with. A J-Bill's survey found 68% of people have used a subscription service since 2020. That's only in the last year or so. And one of the things you can do here, I don't know if you knew this, but if you click over here on this, oops, now I can't because I highlighted it. We'll get rid of the highlight. It'll take you to the survey. That doesn't mean you can read it, but it says, do you want to open that? And I'll say yes, and we'll see, and it opens up, and it's 47 pages. My word. Key findings. This is really, really, really long. Okay, so I'm going to download that, which I'll do by hitting this button. Ding. And I will post it in the show notes for you if you care to find out how this could possibly be true. Don't think it is, but who knows? Anyway, this survey found that 68% of people, maybe in the survey, it might be a self-fulfilling, or sometimes you have a bad sample set where it's a sample of people who have used a subscription service at some time. I can't, I always like, this was another interesting comment. Greg Petro explains the consumer's love of subscription brands best. Subscription boxes are the perfect solution to indecisiveness. Well, I'm so indecisive I couldn't sign up. But I never liked them because I didn't really like the stuff that came. And then you had to deal with getting it back and all the rest of it. And I'm more like, and it's always seemed overpriced to me also. So for all those reasons, I'm not one of the subscription people. But but if you're in the mood to receive fun parcels, and then you probably should. I mean, if you're going to start a company and you say, well, we need a subscription service for oil change and parts for your car that are going to need replacing, filters and other items. There probably is one, I would guess, but I've never heard of one. If you're gonna look for people who want to receive stuff regularly, you might want to use mail, because there's a consonance rather than a dissonance between mail and packages. I would say I love getting packages, and I like getting mail too. So Patrick says, when building mailing lists for a subscription brand audience, the access to co-op or transaction data is the key to targeting your best audience. I would say even better would be response lists, which are people that like to buy through direct mail companies, Land's End, LL Bean, or Warshawski. That was the name of the car parts company, Warshawski. And J.C. Whitney. There's another one. They're coming to mind. Anyway, those lists would be excellent if you're going to start an oil change subscription service. Okay, your direct marketing agency can tap you into transactional data to identify more prospects who are also buying similar products. And that would be the response list. I'm sure that Patrick wouldn't miss this, because they have an excellent agency. So anyway, good article, and Patrick is at SQL Response. They've been supporters of the WDMA, and Eric up there runs it. So we'll tag them and go over to the show notes. You have to subscribe, but it's free, 100%. And then you will get all these articles, and you can get them every day. You don't have to resubscribe just once, and you get into the members only, and it has all the show notes every day. Also a podcast. I don't mention that too often, but I scrunch it down into MP3, which you can download. And there are some podcast subscription services that have picked it up, although I think they got tired of it. But you can get it every day at WDMA. And if requested, I suppose we could start an RSS feed, although I don't really know how, but I can figure it out. So have a great day. Like and share, especially share, especially on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn